Hi, welcome back to Ordinary Love, a podcast where we sit down with couples and talk about their relationships. I'm Karina, your host, and today I'm sitting with the lovely couple of Jessy and Chelsea. We went to college together, or actually, no, we didn't go to college. We went to the same college and we had the same friends in college, but we actually didn't meet until after.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
College by proxy.
Forgot. Yeah, college by proxy. Okay. I would love to start with you guys just introducing yourselves.
Sure. So my name is Chelsea. I don't know where I'm supposed to look.
You can look at me. You can look at Jessy. You can also look at the camera if you want, if that's not awkward. But
oh yeah, no, that's fine. So my name is Chelsea.
Yeah.
You know that. You know that.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't know that. Yeah. But my name is Chelsea. I'm 24. She, her pronouns. And currently I am working at a lab in Vallejo.
What kind of lab?
Yeah. Oh, it is an oil condition monitoring lab. So we analyze a lot of lubricants like oils, greases, and we also take a look at fuels, a bunch of other stuff, not just that.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Thank you.
Mm.
My name is Jesse. I am 28 years old. I go by he, him. And I am a software developer for a media company in the Bay Area.
Wow. And where do you guys live?
I'm currently living in American Canyon.
And I'm currently living in San Francisco.
Jessy was saying earlier that you guys live an hour away from each other.
About, yeah.
He said that sometimes you take the ferry.
I do.
That's so funny to me.
Not just sometimes, all the time, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
I literally can't, you just take a little boat. That's not probably what it's different in my head, probably. But
no, it's a cute idea, right?
Yeah,
It's just
really
so
cute.
It's so nice that it's nearby too, because the terminal is right at Vallejo, so it's only a 4-minute drive from my work.
Really?
Yeah. So often, if I'm going straight from work to San Francisco, I literally just take a lift to the terminal, and then it's an hour ride to San Francisco. And obviously public transport is so much better in San Francisco.
Yeah, and it beats taking BART.
Yeah.
Or something.
I mean, yeah,
That's
true.
so funny. I love that. Okay,
Mhm.
we'll probably get into that more later. Thank you guys for introducing yourselves. If we could just start by going through your guys' story and timeline. It's funny, we are college by proxy. College. What did you say?
I think I said that, but grammatically, I don't think it makes sense.
I don't think I was like, that sounds
A lot
right.
of the things I say are not grammatically correct.
Going purely on vibes here.
But yeah, I just remember, Jessy, we became friends after college. So in college, we were all part of the same student organization. And in that student organization are different little I don't even know what you would call. They call it aspects, but they're groups.
Yeah.
Subgroups, camps.
Subgroups where they're focused on different things like singing and hip hop dancing. And we were all associated with Kasama, which is the ballroom dance group. And I was actually a co-coordinator when I was a sophomore. So this was 2015 or so. And Chelsea is my great but Chelsea was the co-coordinator in, what was it, 2020?
Oh my God. 2021.
That's when you were,
I believe so.
Yeah.
I
because
believe
you
so.
were the COVID coordinator.
I was, yeah. We did
Yeah.
everything online, which is insane.
CC.
I can't even,
Yeah.
would love to hear about it,
It was
one
oh my
day,
God.
but
yeah, someday. Because
Yeah.
it was a whole thing, right? I was co-coordinator at first, but then I became main coordinator online because unfortunately my co-coordinator had to drop out.
you were alone?
I was. Yeah.
Oh my God, Janice was alone too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
I don't know how y'all did that. Wow.
I don't know either.
Oh my God. So not only were you the coordinator during COVID where everything was online, this is a ballroom dance troupe, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not even like hip hop dancing is you're just, for the most part, you're dancing by yourself, right?
Mhm.
Ballroom dancing is a contact dancing where you need to dance with a partner.
Yeah, partner dance.
And she did this alone.
I tried to do it alone.
I am so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God.
I know. Honestly, our lineage was full of people who were just so willing to support and help, and I definitely utilized that.
Oh, good.
No, I mean, it was so good to even just know everyone like who came before me,
Yeah.
like predecessors.
Predecessor.
That's what terminology, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. Wow.
My ancestors.
No, not like that. Maybe not.
My forefathers.
Yeah.
How did we get here? Oh yeah, I was like rambling and going
Yeah,
off,
no
but
worries.
we were all part of the same student organization. Is that how you guys met?
I would say like the COVID time was definitely like a fundamental like aspect of the introduction story. Like how I view it in my head, there are 2 times we met.
Yeah.
The first time we met was actually back before COVID. I think I was staying over at our friend at the time, but we didn't know each other at all. Like I met Chelsea as like during a time when I think she was heading for class and I was just in the living room. I can't remember the exact context of it.
That's not how I remember it.
Really?
No, I think, okay, this is how I see it. This is how I remember it. It was like an evening, and I think you were there, and you were about to leave, but I was just coming in, and we kind of just we were introduced in passing.
You're right. I was going to work. I was going to work at the coffee shop where we worked, and we were just about like, hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Cool. Yeah.
Wow,
and
exactly like
that.
that.
Was basically that was the full extent, basically like our interactions. But I remember that moment vividly. We like it was just kind of like a mutual friend, like the friends you kind of just like friends of friends. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Not really the environment where like you could like start asking questions about each other or something. So it was just kind of like that during COVID time. Now fast forward about a year afterwards, I'm actually back in school since I was taking a break. At the time.
Wait, were you in Santa Cruz still though?
I was in Santa Cruz.
Yeah, you just weren't.
I just wasn't
Okay.
in the school.
Uh-huh.
So now that like the next year we happened, and you know at that point it was fall, so the schools were already shut down. Everyone was like scrambling, trying to find a way like how do we make the clubs work as it did in this now COVID period time. Just like anything, like through classes, it was through Zoom,
Yeah.
it was through Discord, like like whatever
We were using
whatever
all the
ki-
resources.
everything. Everything just felt so disjointed, but you know,
Mhm.
everyone like the feeling of trying to like get everyone together was there. And
Yeah.
you know, Chelsea was championing that. And I knew like I wanted to do Kasama even before COVID. Like I was like, I'm gonna do this ballroom dance team because so many of my friends beforehand led this, and it was like a awesome, I thought, environment to either just meet people and just be a part of. And I saw that Chelsea was the head of it. I was like, I know her through that one pass through.
Right.
Oh, okay, it was only that one time.
Yeah.
It was that one time
Yeah.
only.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait,
and-
sorry. Back up really quick. Whose house was it?
Luisa's.
Oh, okay. You and Louisa lived together.
No, we didn't.
Oh, you guys were just both there.
Yeah, no,
I was good friends with Luisa
Oh, okay.
at that time, and so like no connection to Chelsea whatsoever, but she was
Yeah.
also friends with Luisa at the time.
Oh,
as well.
shout out to Louisa.
I know, shout out, really,
Shout out to
truly.
Lisa.
I know.
Truly. It was really funny because I would often go over to her place because I was going through something at the time. And, you know, when you're going through something, you're trying to find that support. And
Yeah.
oftentimes you find yourself gravitating towards a certain place. And a lot of the times it was like, you know, being with Louisa and like, you know, she was very comforting. You know, she
She is a gem.
truly.
Yeah, she's a gem of a person.
Yeah, I
That's
think
so funny though. I didn't know.
Once the club kind of started, the cadence became once a week we would just hop on the Discord or hop on Zoom and do our practice. So Chelsea would like choreograph the set dance that we would normally do in person, but just kind of in front of a camera. Like once a week, we practiced together and then just kind of hung out. But I knew that it took a lot of like time and stuff to prep for this, anyways. So like as part of like the organization, like you know they have like sometimes they have interns. So like they'll have people like who help out the coordinators
Yeah.
do stuff. And so I actually volunteered to
Really?
intern. Yeah. So I was actually Chelsea's intern.
I did
for
not
a
know
good
this.
bit. Yeah. So
For a bit or the whole time?
For the whole time.
Okay,
Yeah.
was it just you?
It was just me, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was,
Wow, this is so cute. This is so cute.
so
I
work,
didn't know this.
So work time you know, so I was helping her. And then, like after like kind of like a while, I started like, I think she's kind of cute, you know.
Yeah.
And then so I remember like I think the kind of like the threshold where I, like it was just kind of like a feeling to where like, oh my god,
Right.
wait a second, maybe it was after like a Friday night hangout session on call. I was with my old college housemates, and like we were all isolated at this point. Everyone else was working, and I was the only one in school. But I think we all just wanted to like party, like like just like we did back in the days when they were still in school.
Yeah.
And I think in doing so, I invited Chelsea to join, and I think we hung out for a little bit. And then
wait, is this virtually?
This is virtually. So this is all every bit of interactions at this point was just virtual on Zoom.
Oh yeah, this was 2021.
Yeah,
2021. I was still at home in American Canyon, and I stayed there the entire time. Yeah.
Oh
so
my God.
all of our interactions were online. Everything that he's talking about right now, it was all over Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. So you're like, we were just hanging out every Friday night. You guys were on
Zoom.
camera.
Yeah.
Indicative of the times.
Yeah, right.
I just remember. This part's like not PG really friendly, but we drank our normal amounts, and I just remember I woke up in the morning, kind of losing a bit of memory about what happened the night before, and I'm like on the couch, not even in my bed, and I'm like on the couch, and I check my phone, and I see that like on the phone log history. A time length of called to Chelsea for like 4 hours. And this was like at
and you don't remember this?
Midnight to 4 a.m. I remember the evidence of it.
I remember.
I am so excited to hear your side of this.
Oh my God. And I just remember like, oh my God, like did I leave you like on like a phone dial? No. Apparently we had a full ass conversation, like something like that. I don't know, but I was there, but I wasn't there.
For 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so what time did you wake up that morning? Do you remember?
Like 8 or 9.
Okay, so it had been like 4 or 5 hours since you hung up.
Basically, yeah. I was like, did I annoy you? Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean to like, like drunk messages.
The next morning regret.
I was like, why am I like this?
Reevaluating your life.
Just reevaluating everything.
Oh my God. Okay. I have to know.
Okay, so I remember. This is what I remember. I don't remember a lot of details.
Wait, actually, before
Sure.
you go in, was it just you two?
On call?
Yeah.
Just getting drunk together?
No. I was completely sober. I was completely sober for the entire day before that and the 4 hours we were on call.
Oh my God. So you were just drinking with her, but like...
Yeah, basically.
Okay. I don't know why I was imagining like a group hangout. Because you know how we used to do those YouTube festivals and stuff like that, and we would like all watch them. Were you ever on one of those?
I was, yeah. But I remember when
did we meet? No, we
did.
did.
We were supposed. Well, yeah, because like I met you virtually. I think.
I think I met you virtually too.
Yeah, I think we were because we were supposed to go to.
Right?
We were supposed to go to. Yeah, so I was living actually in the apartment afterwards, but we were. I remember like I was in the friend group that was planning to go to Beyond Wonderland, and then they canceled that. So then during that summer before I got back to school, I met you through like one of those online. Hey guys, let's just drink some wine and just chill out on YouTube.
Is so funny. That's how we met.
Yep.
And then we met in person for the first time at the festival.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay. So it wasn't that what you guys were doing.
No. It was, well, one half of it was.
Oh my God. Okay. So I have to know.
Oh my gosh. I can't remember. If this was a Friday, it must have been one of our practice days, because I remember we were doing something else during the day. Mm-hmm. Like we were on call or talking or something.
With the whole team.
Yeah. And then later on, like this was, I think, a time where we were definitely talking over text at this point. Like we were talking a little more. And later that evening, you guys, I think you went out somewhere and then you came back. But you got home and then we were texting, and like it was kind of that development of like maybe like 30 minutes before it was like comprehensive, and then later on it was like some gibberish I was truly trying to make sense of, because I thought he really was trying to say something to me.
There was not a thought behind that.
I know. Trying really hard.
He was saying something about Paramore, something about chess. And then I got a call and I was like, oh, cool. Why not? It was like midnight at this point.
But by then he had already been like pretty incomprehensible
Yeah.
on text.
Yeah, I was curious. I was like,
Yeah, like,
you
what
know
is going
I
on?
hope
Yeah.
everything's okay.
Yeah.
But most of it, I was just curious. So I answered the call, and then I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. But yeah, no, it was literally just me on call listening to what he had to say, and he was talking about a lot of things. A lot of things.
I mean, it was 4 hours.
Yeah,
If
right.
if you didn't talk much, you must have said a lot of things.
I think like maybe the day after, I was like, I had this question, and I was like, is she in a good space if she's willing to endure that for 4 hours?
It was a Friday night.
Yeah, it was a Friday night. It was COVID. What was I going to be doing?
Literally, exactly. This is me living vicariously through your party self at that time.
So, how did that call end? From what you remember, you don't remember, but did he say goodnight? Did he or did he just fall asleep?
I don't know if you want me to say this.
I don't even know.
I recalled everything to you. I remember texting you. Like I would texted him a whole rundown of how the call
That's
went.
right. She did.
The next day?
The next day, yeah. When
the next
he was
day.
like, "Oh, I don't remember," and I'm like, "I remember." So one of our other friends was there too. It was someone who was staying over, not one of your housemates. Yeah, it was Tito. And he was there. He joined us on call because he saw Jesse was on call, and we knew each other, Tito and I. So he was there. Jesse became quite tired, and then he just kind of cut off. Like that was the end of the call. Like he didn't hang up, but I saw him visually. He was done.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah. He had said everything he needed to say.
Exactly. So luckily Tito was there, and he helped him get to bed and just put him to bed. And after that, Tito and I conversed for a while. So it was 4 hours of Jesse and I talking. And then me listening, him talking. It's just fine. And then Tito was there, and he was like, I think I'm gonna head home. And he was like, do you want to get on a call and just talk while I head home? I was like, okay, cool. So it was also a lot of
Okay, so you were just supervising the whole night.
Yeah, literally.
Well, that's sweet though.
Big
That's sweet though.
listening night
You
for
made
me.
sure that, I mean, as much as you could, because you weren't physically there, but you made sure he got into bed and was
yeah, exactly.
yeah. And then what happened after?
I was like, okay, why am I drunk calling this person?
Right. Yeah.
And so I kind of sat down, and I was like, it's like, do I like this person?
Right.
And then so at this point, we were Zoom calling, Discord calling for Kasama related reasons. But then we started the conversations became less and less about Kasama.
Right.
And then I think at some point I remembered I said, we should hang out, and then so I think I asked you out. I remember doing it over text originally, and then I was like, okay, no, I gotta call her. I gotta do this on a FaceTime thing. And so we said to meet up, let's hang out and somewhere in the city, because that's the middle point between where I was living at the time and American Canyon, which was San Francisco. And so we had our first date. We went to the Golden Gate Park. We went to
and this was the first time you had met in person.
Well, this was consciously kind of
right.
intentionally.
Yeah.
And so we basically spent the entire day in SF. It was
an adventure.
It was an adventure.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. I thought my car got stolen at that time. Apparently, we parked somewhere in the park, and then we remember walking back to it. Because the car was not there, and I panicked, and so we walked all the way to the police station, started talking to them, and then I called my dad, and I was like, hey dad, I think the car might be not here, and he's like, oh wait, didn't you have your didn't you have your laptop in it? Does your iPad have a tracker? I was like, oh, you're right. No, we just didn't walk to the same spot.
So I was like, I'm pretty sure it's a little further than where we stopped when you started getting worried.
Yeah.
I was like, I think it was a little further than this, but I think because you had gotten your car stolen before,
Yeah.
you were very insistent that it had gotten stolen again.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Jesse, I didn't. When?
This is when I was working 2 jobs back to back. So I would work at the coffee shop, and I was working at another job where I was helping tenant or supervise a building that was converted from a veterans memorial hall into a COVID shelter. So I would work coffee shop from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then go to work at 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. And I remember driving back from the last, like, it was one of these days, just in my apartment parking lot. I apparently like left the keys inside because I was like, just it must have been fatigue.
Yeah.
And I woke up the next day, trying to go to work, car's gone. So,
oh God.
it was yeah, I'd say like I think the panic was definitely like
For sure.
You know, like
For
me
sure.
not remembering right, and so, but it did lead to a funny story because, you know, it was just like one block away versus like where I thought I parked, and I just started panicking. So,
so a lot of relief after we
a lot of relief
for sure.
And then we were like, oh well, do we still want to go to
You just
Cheesecake
wanna go to
Factory?
Cheesecake Factory?
It's like, I mean, we can drive now. Like,
And we did. We went to Cheesecake Factory.
oh, in SF still.
Yeah, Union
one-
Square.
Yep.
Yeah,
Wait, when was this?
This was in 2021.
July 17th, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
That's my birthday. Yeah. That's so funny. Wait, okay, so yeah, things were open by then. 2021.
Started, we're like just starting to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like outdoor seating or?
No, it was
Really,
indoor.
actually indoor, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it just wasn't
indoor.
as populated as like Cheesecake Factory usually is.
For sure. They probably
Um,
like had like, I don't know, every other table or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So you went to Golden Gate Park, panicked that your car was stolen, went to the
Mhm.
police station, and then went back. And then you went to the Cheesecake Factory.
We did.
Mhm.
And then what happened after?
We got
think,
boba, I think.
Yeah, we got boba afterwards, and then I think after that I drove you
dropped
back.
me. Yeah.
Drove back to American Canyon. Then I went from American Canyon all the way down to San Jose.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Wait, you were living in San Jose?
That was when I was Del Cambre.
Oh my God. I'm like, all my timelines are getting mixed up.
No,
So when you were living in Del Cambre is when Kasama was happening and stuff.
Yep.
And so wait, Chelsea.
Mm.
So we knew that Jesse was like, you know, ever since the drunken conversation, he was like, okay, like, do I like this person? I'm going to ask her out on a date. What was happening for you? When did you start developing feelings for him?
So I thought he was really cute. Well, here's the thing, right? Like I was coordinating for Sama, and you know, I was very grateful that he was willing to help, and he was still very enthusiastic because at that time, obviously, like, you know, with everything happening, all the online stuff happening, a lot of people were getting like fatigue from being online a lot.
For sure.
And a lot of people just wanted to focus on like school because it was so hard to
School
do that.
was already hard alone. Yeah.
Right. And so like, you know, it was okay. Like a lot of team members started waning from attending those in-person practices because I would record these instructional videos for our dances. And like the practices were kind of like, you know, supplemental, I guess. Like obviously people on their own time can learn from those instructional videos, but if they wanted to get together and like, you know, do the dances together online, that was open to them too. But I would also hold office hours because I know that was kind of a regular thing for Kasama coordinators as well when people needed help, and it was a separate time from like those evening practices.
Right.
So if people were busy, they could hop in like onto office hours. That's what he started doing too. That's kind of how we kind of got into calling.
Is that the Fridays?
I think it was the Fridays, right? Yeah, I think I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it was probably on that Friday. That was probably the
you guys
call we were on.
It was like a regular time that you guys
Yeah.
got together, right?
Yeah, because it would be like the office hours, and then like later on in the night we would do like study calls. They were truly study calls, and then afterwards they started being more like, you know, fun, like let loose calls. And I was like, oh, you know, he seems really cool. You know, I think one of the non-Kasama related texts he sent was about music. And like our Spotify, because I create a playlist for Kasama, like anybody could contribute to. And so I thought, oh, you know, that's cool. You know, we could talk about not just Kasama, because Kasama was like my life at that point.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, literally, like everything, like even within my home recording those videos, a lot of people got to know my living room really well.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, I'm like, where did you even record your videos?
I was very lucky. Like at home we have a big living room,
Okay.
so against the white wall, like it's a lot of space for me to just dance it out. Having the ability to just talk about not Kasama, not school was really cool.
Yeah.
And
probably
you know,
very much needed
very
at
much.
that time.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. So it was really nice to kind of get to know a new friend. I thought it was really cool that like we had met in passing previously. It was like that. I just thought of this. It was that. And then he told me, while I was still working at the poke restaurant I was working at in Santa Cruz, he came to visit at some point, or you were with someone, like one of our other friends, and he came to visit. I don't remember this at all. I don't remember this at all.
Man, I totally forgot about that. There was the moment we met in passing, and then because I met her in passing, I frequented this poke restaurant like quite a bit. She was working there at the time, and I just remember like seeing her. And at that point, like, it was still kind of like a passing thing. I was like, but I did recognize. I was like, hey. And then I think you were just locked in at work. I think you're just like, oh, hey. I don't think she remembered me in the slightest.
No. Well, I don't remember it.
But this was before Kasama.
This was before. Yeah, this was before.
I
Okay.
think literally
Yeah.
right before, the lockdown started happening.
Oh, yeah. I was like, how are you working?
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of the COVID just kind of like compressed like all memories of that.
For
like,
sure.
time period.
That
And,
makes
like,
sense.
a lot of it, I remember it in like fragments. I don't remember it like as like one point, like point A to point B. It's point A to 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Yeah, but I thought it was really cute. We were talking, and it was fun to kind of like learn all these new things, learn about somebody new.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And I think we were just really, there were a lot of things, like especially music. We were very focused.
Yeah.
In our conversations.
Oh, I love that.
I love talking about music. I love music. And our music tastes are very different.
They're
different.
very.
I was gonna say, I'm like, well, how would you describe your music taste?
I like a lot of like, how would I describe it? I honestly,
It's a hard question.
yeah, like I can hardly even say like what genres I like, because whenever I listen to music, it's hard for me to categorize.
Yeah.
It's just I like what I like.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that too, right?
Yeah.
Like you hear something, you like it, you like
Mm-hmm.
it. My music taste is a lot slower. I like a lot of like folk. I do like a lot of funk, like especially if it's like danceable. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah. Well, what are a couple artists that you're listening to right now?
Right now I'm hopping, like especially with the artists I used to like I like Theo Katzman a lot. He is my favorite artist, I think, because previously, before I knew Theo Katzman, I knew him as a vocalist in the band called Wolfpack. They do a lot of like funk pop.
Okay.
They're really fun. They're really silly.
Yeah.
But he does a lot of like folk rock.
Okay.
And like it's fun. It's
Cool.
It's either really slow or it's really like upbeat. And,
Okay. I know, Jesse, you listen to a lot of.
At that time, I just started getting into EDM
Mhm.
around the time I met her, but a lot of like I think the music taste that I think that like I was kind of tactically thinking about what music I chose to share, because I feel like I had come from like it's like a diaspora
Mm-hmm.
of like music interests. Like I'll be a settler for classic rock and then jump into 2000s rap,
Yeah.
2000s R&B. Even like towards the end of high school, I was listening to like a lot of like I don't say it's indie, but I think of indie when I was hearing Hozier a lot back then.
Yeah.
So I think like what Chelsea said was correct. I think like I'm a very more high upbeat, I guess intense, and definitely on the slower side. And I could kind of see that. And so the music I would sometimes recommend would be like a lot of like the R&B choices.
Right. Like you would share like what maybe she would enjoy.
What there would be the most shared aspects where we can relate to probably the most. When did we we made a date seeing this artist named Magic Jordan.
Oh, that was after we started dating.
Yeah, that was after we started dating. But that was one of the very few first songs I think we started to like bond over. Was a song called Waves of Blue. That was just like sonic. It felt sonically the most like if there was a Venn diagram like that hit the middle,
Okay.
I remember him sharing the link, and I was like, do you know what you just shared with me? I think you need to like listen to it again and like really appreciate it more. I don't know. There was something about the song. It was so like
so you had heard it for the first time.
Yeah, I did when he shared it. And it was like one of those songs you just share, just to share.
Yeah,
it
like casually.
take a listen to it. Because there was no text attached to it. It was just a link that he sent with the song. And I was like, this is really good. Listen to it again.
Yeah, like appreciate it more.
Yeah,
exactly. Like, okay, I have to listen to the song.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good, yeah.
I'm really excited.
We say it's our song, so.
Shout out Magic Jordan.
So that was after you guys started dating, though.
Yeah.
So the date in SF was just a date.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't like walk away from that.
There's a little. I was about to get into this. I think I sidetracked, but
I know we did.
Yeah,
It's okay.
I think there were a lot of things he left out when we went to Golden Gate Park.
Okay.
Because we were also painting. We brought like paint supplies to paint in the park.
I love that.
But it was also where we shared our first kiss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was a good date then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Sorry. You guys are getting sidetracked because of me. So the Golden Gate Park part where you kissed for the first time and painted and stuff, that was before you thought you got your car stolen.
Yeah.
Right? Because you were leaving, right? When you realized
So
we couldn't find the car.
Exited the park. We were on the sidewalk and we were walking because we parked pretty far from where we exited.
Like we parked on the street that separates the park from the neighborhood.
Oh,
So like,
okay.
yeah, like I didn't have like a house for reference.
Right.
I just saw trees.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. But that was a really lovely time that
It
you
was.
guys had.
It was.
Just for it to
Just for it to end with my
yeah,
me
with like
panicking
panic.
about-
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. That's what I wanted to contextualize is that you guys had like a really lovely time, it sounds like, at Golden Gate Park.
It was-
Yeah.
And it was
great.
like, July 17th is, a really great day.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also like in the middle of the summer, so like the weather must have been really beautiful.
Oh, it was, yeah, no,
Yeah.
because it was in San Francisco too. Like it was a cool breeze, still a little warm, but like not too warm.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember for the life of me what time during the day it was, but
4
it
or
was
5. It was like right
4
before
or
sunset.
5. Oh yeah, then it was starting to get cooler. So like,
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
I had an extra sweater and the weather was great, the entire time we were at the park. So,
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's really sweet. So is that your anniversary?
No.
Okay.
Because we went on 2 other dates after
Mhm.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this first date was in San Francisco. The
Mhm.
second date was closer to where he was. It was in San Jose. And then the third date was in Vacaville. We went on a hike.
Oh, nice.
And then I don't know what else we did to that date.
No, we went to Lagoon Valley, some park in between Sacramento and San Francisco, which is nearby where I live. Basically, like where I spent all my summers just running, because that's where we did all our training for cross country. And I knew it was just a nice place to hike.
Oh, yeah. No, that's when we got together that day, the third date.
The third date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What was that? Was that a conversation, or were you guys just like, we've been on 3 dates now? Like, let's.
We previously had a conversation where we were talking about like our past relationships at some point, or like, and like, I don't know, like some sort of like past romantic relationship conversation. And previously I had like communicated that like I don't really like to be super intimate with people if I don't know that we can commit to something.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it was one of those dates where we started to really get kind of close,
Mhm.
and
Like have these like more deeper conversations.
Mhm.
yeah. And so I think we kind of both got the hint, like, oh, like, because of that conversation that we had,
Mhm.
and, what we've communicated, maybe it's something that we do want to get
Mhm.
into.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And that was on the hike that you had?
It was after the hike. It was
Okay.
like later
Yeah.
on in the
Yeah.
evening, because
Okay.
it's really funny because after our dates, those 3 dates that we had, we always had like a recap call at the end of the night.
Like a debriefing?
Yeah.
Like, that's so cute.
Yeah. So like during that evening, like during the actual date, that's when things started to get a little more like deep in conversation.
Yeah.
And then later on in the night is when we clarified, oh yeah, like we're doing this.
For sure.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that there's no uncertainty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so what day was that?
That was September 1st, 2021.
September 1st. Okay. Wow. Sorry, I'm just remembering like Belle and Leslie, their anniversary is September 13th.
Oh.
And then me and Brad's like dating anniversary is October 2nd. So like it's funny because like I think, at least I don't know if this is how it felt like for you guys, but like summer of 2021 was like it had so much energy in it because
Mhm.
like it was things were opening up again.
Yeah.
We were able to like be in person again for the first time, and like it felt like happy and hopeful for the first time in a while. So it's just sweet that like I'm remembering a lot of people like just their anniversaries or whatever, just kind of like the fall-ish of 2021. After
It's like when you open a soda bottle and it's like
Yeah.
it's like the first open. It's like all that pressure just.
that is such a good analogy.
You
That's
know?
exactly what it was. It was a really fun summer.
Mm-hmm.
But when you first started like actively hanging out online, when was that?
That was around like I want to say mid-April, somewhere around the end of March to mid-April.
Yeah.
The end of March was still like texting. We would text often, but I think we were on Snapchat at the time where we like initiated more of like the study calls.
Yeah.
And then those calls, it would go from like studying to just talking until like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is so late.
Like I loved going to the library when I was going to homework, and a lot of the fun times I had in college before COVID was just hanging out, like either like working in the cafeteria, working in the library, working in a coffee shop with the people, not even just like talking with them, just being around them. And so I wanted to emulate, like at least for me, like when I looked for stuff to do,
that.
I needed like someone like, hey, I need to do some homework. Let's just hop on a call. You know, we work until 11. Then it's like, oh, what would we do after? We hang out, and then that's that most we could do. And so we like it's crazy that now I think about it, like we kind of still have that virtual thing because as of this time we live an hour apart from each other, and so a lot of the weekdays it's still kind of we still have that hangout, like reminiscing, like obviously they'd be like, you don't go to 4 a.m. anymore, but it's like
you're not
so a lot
21-year-old
exactly. Like a lot of the weekdays is like, hey, we'll play online games together. We'll do Baldur's, like we play this game called Baldur's Gate 3.
We used to do a lot of RuneScape.
We'll
switch games. Yeah, for sure.
Watch a movie. If we're doing a show, we'll just do a show. So it's like a lot of that's still there, and then like that's I think it's truly like a sign of the times we live in, you know.
Well, I mean, that was like, how your relationship started.
It's foundational.
You know? Yeah. And then like you guys don't live together still, so like I mean, you guys can text and, FaceTime maybe here and there, but like you guys are making it work considering the fact that you don't live together. Yeah. Like it sounds like even though you don't live together, you spend a lot of time together.
Oh, we definitely try,
really nice.
For sure. Yeah. Because obviously like you like to go out a lot. You
I do like to go out a lot.
And it's like having that digital aspect is really nice, because like we'll recap. Like if he goes out and he has the energy, we'll get on a call. But even then, like the following day, if we do get on a call and it's like dedicated call time for us, then we'll just talk. We'll talk about what we've done, and what we're gonna do, and everything.
And sometimes there are nights where we don't really talk. Like we'll just kind of like get on a call, like saying like, "Hey, you do your thing, I'll do my
like
thing."
Parallel playing.
Like
Exactly.
Yeah. And so like,
but that sounds like so normal to your relationship. It's like not something that you, I don't know, have to like schedule. It's just like
sometimes we'll like say like, "Hey," like sometimes it'll be like, "Oh, we gotta watch this sometime this week." Like it's like whether that be today or maybe Wednesday or Thursday. We'll figure out how we gotta do it this week. Or then sometimes it's like, "Hey, do you want to hang out tonight?" And it's like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
So it's very ad hoc.
Are you, if it's okay to ask, are you guys ever going to plan to move in together?
To be honest, we haven't really like talked about it too much actually.
Yeah. We've had some brief conversations about it, because oftentimes we talk about like, how we see ourselves and like in our living situation, right? Like what you want and what I want, and we kind of have like a general idea of like what we want in the near future for ourselves, but we haven't really discussed like living together yet.
So I live in SF, and that's a very pricey place to be. It's convenient for me because it's about like, if there's one thing that's like fundamental to my identity, is I hate commuting. I hate driving so much. So I will pay that premium to not cross the bridge every morning at 6 a.m. to beat the traffic, because I think like,
wait, do you work in person?
I go to office.
I don't know why I thought that you were.
Well, for the longest time I was fully remote.
Okay. But so now you're in person like most of the time?
4 out of 5 days. 3 to 5 days.
Okay, that makes sense. And it's an SF.
It's an SF, yes.
Okay.
So I will do everything in my power to not drive, even though like, it's sometimes it could be a little, it's like, it feels extreme, but I despise it.
It is not. I don't know how people do it. Do you commute a lot?
No, I actually don't drive.
Oh, right. Okay.
No, I'm working on it. But it's like the scariest thing. Like really, like as much as I want to get comfortable on the road, I understand that it's like it really is like such a dangerous thing.
You are literally operating like this huge, heavy machine.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
I have had a few clients that we've had to work through like driving anxiety because it's real.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't think what I was gonna say earlier is I don't think like we were meant to be sitting in a car for 2 hours, 3 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like Brad has a lot of coworkers that live in like Tracy or like Morgan Hill. Even Morgan Hill is like not that far, but it's far for like Fremont. Like
Yeah.
I think a lot of like for me, it's like I have like the feeling of not liking to be sitting down for a long time. But me growing up, my dad would actually commute from Burlingame to Vacaville, which would end up being about 2.5 hour drive if y'all
one way. No.
Yeah. So during traffic, so
Oh
like
my
like he would
God.
leave in the morning, and then because he was a car salesman at the time, and so a lot of the paychecks are for car salesmen is based off commission. So like he would have to utilize all the time he could spend there to maximize the amount of take home he could get. And a lot of the times he would be coming back at 11, 10 at night, 11 at night, and I just know it had to be two there, two back. 4 of those 11-hour work days, were dedicated to just being on the road.
That's wild.
And it's like, no, I do not want any part of that.
Yeah.
Like, I do not want any of that.
Yeah.
So if you stay at your job for the foreseeable future, like you're going to be staying in SF.
But I think, as of right now, like
which is, it's hard. It's expensive.
It's very expensive.
Yeah.
And so like, there's a lot of like, my mindset is very, get it right.
Yeah.
I don't need to be the first one to do something.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that,
it's right for you.
for the both of us. Does it make sense for your long-term future? Does it make sense for my long-term future? Does it make sense for our,
Right.
like I'm okay with taking the time and not rushing it.
I love that though, honestly, because I think that it is kind of a step, like a natural step that like, if you think about like the timeline of a relationship, it's like, okay, well, what's next? Let's move in together. It's more than just a step. It's like you either stay moving in together or you don't, right?
It's a lifestyle change.
It
and
is.
I think a lot of like stuff that we know like of relationships we see around us, I think a lot of it really comes from like, for me at least, like just comes from my parents. Like especially my parents, they moved in like after they got married.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I think there's a lot of changes, like especially like now, they want to move in first before, but that's not the way I was taught. I feel like I'm constantly being like told different versions of how different relationships can work. And so it's like, for me, I try not to frame around anything, just learn from what I can, like learn from what I've seen, learn from what I, try to read, learn from whatever. And just like
take what you want from everything that you've seen, but then like still develop your own, whatever works for you.
Yeah.
It's nice to have examples, but it's not like the be all end all for you.
No,
Right. Yeah. Is it the same for you, Chelsea?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like there is no guidebook, right? It's always case by case. It really depends on like each person and like in this case, like how they are as a couple. I feel the same way. Like I think for me, at some point before any sort of thoughts of marriage, it would be nice to kind of just see like how it is to live with each other. Because again, like what you were saying, when you move in together, it's either you stay together or you don't live together, right?
Right.
And it does work for some couples where they do live separately. But it is something that I do want, where I would like to live, as a couple together.
Right. But it sounds like you guys are in no particular rush for that.
No,
right?
I think I still think also I'm still relatively young. I do not like I don't know. Still figuring it out.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, even you, Chelsea, like you're even younger. Like, I mean, Brad and I are married and I still feel like we're too young for that. Like, it's weird because like everyone here in the Bay Area, like they're not married, right? I have friends that are getting married, but like it feels like a majority, at least of like our friends, are not really married. But then we go to Hawaii and like all of his friends are married and have kids and stuff like that. It's just so different. Like I don't feel like adult enough to be married.
Is there is there a thing as too young or too old? There is such a wide range of how to do it, and there's like not one of them is right or wrong. Well, there's some wrong ones, but
there may be some unhealthy ones.
There's some unhealthy ones. We're all susceptible.
No, but I appreciate what you guys are saying. I think really my whole point with this podcast is to normalize everything, and I appreciate what you guys are saying, at least about like, I want to do it right. Like, I don't want to just move in together just to move in together because it's like the next step.
Right.
Like, I want to feel ready for it. I want our relationship to feel ready for it, because there's nothing worse than like moving in before you're ready and then realizing that you're not ready, like while you're living together, and like having to like, on top of having to deal with like just adjusting to live together, but like also expediting your guys' relationship to be ready for it because you're already doing it, you know. How did we get here?
I was about to say.
How did we get here?
We were all going.
well, okay. So you guys officially started dating in September of 2021. So how long has it been now?
4 years.
4 years.
And 1 month now.
4 years and 1 month. Now that you guys have been dating for 4 years, what does a typical week look like for you guys? Since you're both still living separately, but like I'm sure developed your own like groove and routine in your relationship. So like, could you walk me through what, a week looks like and how you guys dedicate time to each other and your relationship?
Sure. Yeah. From Chelsea's point of view. For now. The work week happens. I typically work overtime every day because of that. I'm not sure if we mentioned this on the podcast about like the tests that I do for my lab, but I was granted overtime to specifically do those tests. So I'm working like 10-hour days, 5 days a week.
Oh my gosh, Chelsea.
And every maybe like couple days or so, typically not every day, but maybe every couple to few days we'll like get on a call and we'll just hang out. We'll watch a movie or play a game or just parallel play.
Yeah, I love that.
And then we're always finding something to do on the weekends as well, like kind of an excuse. I don't want to say an excuse because we're like actively making the decision to like spend time with each other during the weekend, because that's when I have time to like come down. But we're always finding something to do over the weekend. Like we'll go on a hike, or like we'll go hang out in the city, go to a park, get something
you guys
to
hike
eat.
a lot, actually.
I did a hike last week by myself. I think Janice was actually supposed to come to that one. I think he invited you as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, his back started hurting.
His back started hurting, and I heard sunrise, and I'm like...
See, that's my favorite time. I love to go at very inconvenient times.
No, I mean... It's like a great time.
Yeah,
the trails are empty. It's still cool.
When you're done, it's like 10 a.m.
Yeah, you have the whole day.
Whole day to yourself.
That's true.
I love that. During the weekdays, we like to do the online hangouts, and then weekends are typically like I will say she comes down a lot to SF more than I go to American Canyon. So I do appreciate you coming down.
The ferry.
The ferry.
Just like romanticize the whole process.
Public transportation. That's where it's all at.
Oh, absolutely.
But I mean, yesterday, like we basically did a tourist date. We rode the cable car.
Oh my god!
We did a little bike ride on the wharf.
Went to Ghirardelli Square.
Mini golf. I'm not sure if it was like subconscious, but it was a very like picturesque date night, like date day yesterday.
I know. I was gonna say, I'm like, this is like a movie.
Yeah, I know. But then they're like, like she'll come down on the weekend, and sometimes the weekend will just be like, you want to go to a coffee shop in the morning and just
read.
You want to read? I'll just do my like thing. I'll either journal or read or just play chess on my phone or something.
Oh my god!
And then we just basically like go back to my apartment, play a board game, maybe watch another movie, like in person this time.
Right. I forgot who mentioned this, but one of my guests mentioned like medium distance, not like long distance. So it kind of feels like that. It's not too far, but like you don't get to see each other during the weeks and stuff like that. So I imagine that it makes the time that you guys do spend in person together like that much more nice and special.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like I've thought about this too. Like I've heard medium distance being used to describe like not even just like the actual distance between like maybe like each couple, right?
Yeah.
Like I think even though we're only like 45 an hour away from each other, like contributing to the fact that I don't drive
Yeah.
is also part of that kind of medium distance as well. I think having that time to like, do our own thing during the week and then also get together and do like us, it's really fun. And it's even during the week when we are doing our own time, at least we know like there's still us, right? It helps a lot. It's really nice.
I love that. I'm curious if you guys are comfortable talking about it. I'd love to hear about like any challenges you've experienced in your relationship and how you navigate conflict or challenges in general.
Chelsea and I, we don't really have a lot of fights. I think one challenge, I think that sometimes like, I think Chelsea and I are very non-confrontational. So I think that kind of sometimes can bite us in the butt. Because I think, I try, and this is why I'm trying to be vague, I think a lot of the challenges I think we both have in common is the kind of challenges we saw in our households growing up. Where it was very confrontational,
for sure,
to say the
like
least.
The opposite.
And I think we kind of like maybe internalize that to where it's like we try to like basically do the opposite. And so I think
like you want this relationship to be the one space that feels like you don't have to be so in your face confrontational.
Right. Yeah, I think we're really, even now, like we're still trying to navigate a way to like normalize that kind of communication where there is an issue and like we don't have any fear to kind of just bring it up, and like we're okay with like having any sort of like conflict in that kind of situation. So that's definitely something we're still working on.
It's something we're working on, and may not ever get it perfect, but just keep at it. Know that you gotta trust. I think the one thing that I think we both have is we have trust that no matter what, if we when we bring something up, if we do, it's always. We're always looking out for us.
Right.
It's not because I think for me it's like from a love style. I'm a very hands off. Where in the sense that it's like I'm not trying to control any aspect of your life. I want every decision you do for you, like made by you, and I'll support. And then kind of like expect the support back, kind of like thing. It's like I'm very hands off. You do what you want to do what you need to do, and I'm gonna be supportive. And so that's any form of like criticism, any form of like advice. It's always that like use at your discretion, and it'll it's looking out for the best of us.
And like having that trust that like you are making decisions that you want to make. And I think you've also explicitly expressed this where like if there is something that does like it concern us when we tell each other that we want to do something, like to not be afraid of like having that pushback of like saying, oh, I'm a little worried about you making this decision, and like being there to like say something, because I mean we're here not just to listen but to also to like
right to support, but also like not blindly. Like you guys, I'm sure, like respect each other's opinions, which is why sometimes there's a time and place for everything, right? But like sometimes you need an opinion, you need that. I think just what you said about trust, like trusting that like whatever is said is like, coming from a place of love, and also like coming from a place of wanting to look out and what's best for the other person, right? A really common, I think, relationship dynamic is like there's the person that is like non-confrontational, kind of, people have said like they shut down, or like it's hard for them to talk about feelings and stuff like that. And then there's like the other person that's like, let's get this, figured out right now. And like, I know it must be hard to have two people who, like, I don't know if you guys resonate with like shutting down or like, things like that, but like being non-confrontational is hard because like sometimes it's easy to not ever get to the thing that needs to be talked about.
Right.
And I'm also acknowledging that it sounds like it comes from a place of upbringing and like what you've witnessed at home. And I just imagine it's something that a lot of people who maybe share some of our identities can resonate with.
I think of it like kind of like a pressure valve, where like all these things that whether it be like all the stresses we get from work, stresses we get from just talking to family, stresses we get from talking to friends, all the stresses, like it all boils with us in like in our own ways. And if we don't like decide to be confrontational about it, it's going to come out in other versions,
somehow.
in other aspects of your life that may not be productive to you. And so it's like a lot of the times, like, you know, when maybe I'm going through something, I don't even realize I'm going through something. And, you know, it's like a lot of the times, like when I know, it comes out in ways like, maybe I have a night similar when I met Chelsea. A lot of the stress was coming from school at the time. But like a lot of the times, like, you know, I'm thinking back to times like where I've been like that. It's like, wait, have me and Chelsea talked a bit? When you're looking for like, you know, partner, this is the person that can be the reliable one that, you know, you bring this confrontation up. Something's gonna move.
Yeah.
It's not gonna stay stagnant. That's really the key. Sometimes I take a bad step. Sometimes, you know, say the wrong thing.
But that's all part of just growing as a relationship, right? It's something that I think, you know, navigating conflict is like it's like a dance, right? And like dancers, I forgot that. It's like a dance, yeah. But it's like a dance where it's like sometimes, like especially when you're dancing with a new partner, it's like kind of clunky and like awkward at first, but then like you learn how the other person moves and you learn patterns of the other person, and it's a process. It's a process that like is kind of a lifetime process. Like it just keeps happening. It keeps evolving and stuff. So, but thank you so much for sharing. I know it's like a really candid and vulnerable thing. So I appreciate you sharing that with me and with, you know, the podcast. Yeah. Okay, so something like maybe on a lighter note.
Can I pee?
Me too. Me too.
Oh my God, sure. Sorry, I missed that. I was go pee.
Yeah, I'll go right. Yay.
I've never had a good espresso martini in public.
Okay, so what you're saying is you have to make me one.
Exactly.
Yeah. You have to make me one, and it has to be in the morning.
It's all thanks to her, because she got me my espresso machine.
What a gift!
I know, right?
That is a perfect gift for him.
I know. I saw the gift and I was like my first. I know you were scared of this reaction.
Wait. Actually, can we?
Yeah.
Because like this is really cute. Wait. So what you're saying is that you have to make me an espresso martini.
Yes. So I got into espresso. So I'm a really big fan of coffee.
Coffee snob.
This is very. It's very well known in like my circles. Chelsea, one of the very first, I think it was our first year.
Second or third
anniversary. And we got each other's like, you know, like your gifts. And like I saw like this big box. She's like, hey, can you help me bring your gift into the trunk? And I was like, yeah. I was like, it's like okay, yeah. And I saw the box and I was like, I immediately knew what it was. Just because I'm like,
it was, you couldn't tell. Was it wrapped or?
No. It was not. It was a big box. It was a big heavy box.
It was like in the delivery box.
It was, yeah. Like, it didn't say exactly what it was, but I
knew exactly what it was. Just because I know the size of the thing.
Yeah.
And like
is it like an actual espresso machine?
It's a I would say it's the best starter.
Okay.
One you could get
that you can see at like coffee shops and stuff.
Not that quite.
Okay.
But it's like.
But it's not like an espresso.
It's like it's like a legit like espresso machine, and I know it because like I was like looking at it, kind of like daydreaming about getting one, and I saw it and I was like, my gut reaction was, this is way too damn much to be spending on no damn anniversary gift.
It was our third year.
Yeah.
I remember. No, I'm trying.
And like, if it wasn't such a good gift, I probably would have been a little. But I'm like, fuck, I really wanted one. I was
like that's like way too much, but also like I'm gonna use it. I love it.
I still use it to this day, and I think it's one of the best gifts I've ever gotten because of how much utility I actually got from it.
Yeah.
And so like I'm doing like these like being able to taste espresso at home. I was like, wait a second. I was like, I'm making espresso like I normally do at work, but I can make espresso martinis now.
Right, you can actually make whatever you want. You don't have to just make.
I want.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
So in Northern California, I have yet to have a good espresso martini.
So what makes a good espresso martini?
Good espresso.
Oh, okay.
You know, I think that's what a lot of places are lacking. You know,
like
they're there to serve drinks, not coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's like, and like I get it. Like the places that do, like they'll take the time to invest, and a lot of the time they don't have time to make it good.
Oh my gosh. So Genesis told you his plan, right? Like he wants to open a cafe bar thing.
The blackout bar.
When he told me that, I was like, that is genius.
Cafe in the morning.
So
bar at night.
Yeah. So he should hire you as like the buyer.
You know, I'm a little disappointed. I was in these talks.
Yeah. I know he didn't mention you.
Co-founder.
But yeah, I would love to try because I have never tried one.
And the beauty is, I can make it decaf because it's at home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. They're not going to serve a decaf.
No. To be honest, they're probably not even putting espresso. They're probably just putting Kahlua and vodka and calling it a day.
Oh God.
Kahlua isn't bad, but the espressos, that's like the fun of it, you know?
Wait, so Chelsea, do you like? That's such a lovely gift. Do you like giving?
I have a hard time giving gifts, actually.
Okay,
like
yeah.
because
I find that giving gifts to men, not to generalize, but like giving gifts to men is hard. Actually, Brad's not hard because he's very passionate about what he likes.
Yeah,
but
I think like it was kind of easy. Well, obviously very easy. Sometimes giving gifts to Jesse is pretty easy because he's very vocal about the things that he wants. Like he does like a lot of practical gifts, but also because we like talk about music a lot, he also expresses, a lot of like the vinyls he wants or like any kind of artist merch he wants.
Cool.
So it's, he can always get it for himself. But, like
that's
everything
the beauty of gifts.
Yeah,
Everything that you don't have to get it for yourself.
Exactly.
Especially like a espresso machine that you were very much like, I don't want to spend the money on this.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite gift
that he
from
gave
Jesse?
me? Do I have a favorite gift? Oh, I mean, I don't have a particular item, but I love like handwritten notes, handwritten letters. So every card that he's ever gotten me, it's on a pile. Like I reread them every once in a while. Yeah.
Wow. So you write like.
It's actually my only reason to write. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't really write in,
like handwritten
stuff in any other context besides giving gifts to others. And she just happens to be the biggest recipient of most of my gifts that I ever do. But like, I'll even try to I think what I want to try to do was make birthday cards just like for anyone who invites me to something. It's like, hey, take the time. And, like,
you know what? Yeah, that's right. You wrote me a card.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I feel like people don't usually do that anymore.
They don't, and I think it's like there's a little bit of effort involved, but it's like even like the fact of getting one, like I think it's always.
Yeah.
I think it's just another reason to.
That's so sweet.
Do it.
So you have all of them that
I do.
he's given you.
I
That's
do.
so sweet.
I remember, I think it was from our 3rd anniversary, or maybe it was like a card that you got me as like a part of my graduation gift. There was a moment in time where after the graduation, I like took it everywhere with me because I would like want to reread it. But then for like, I don't know, maybe a few months, I was like, oh, where is it? I can't find it.
Oh no.
And it made me like so sad for the longest time. But I realized like I was looking for a folder that had all my playbills from like shows I've been to.
Cool.
And I kept it in there. I think maybe when I was reorganizing, I was like, oh, thank God.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine how scary that must have been.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like your prized possessions. Like,
yeah.
have you found them then?
I found
So that's like what, 4 years of cards?
Yeah, I mean, birthday cards, graduation gift stuff,
Oh, I love that.
anniversary.
Anything is kind of like celebration.
Christmas.
This is so cute.
Yeah.
So you guys have been together for 4 years. We only really talked about, when you guys met to when you started dating, but there's so much that happened between then and now. So what is a not favorite, but like a really fond, special memory that you guys have? And it can be different.
There's a lot that happened in between.
I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday was kind of fun. Like,
it was really fun.
It was really just like a tourist day. I think the one, like, there's not a particular memory, but when House of Dragons was on, we would always be like
The first season?
The first season,
Yeah. I haven't seen the second season.
We would always be looking forward to like the
Sundays, I think.
Sundays. And I just remember like during that entire process. And this is not just House of Dragons. We do this like for all the shows that we kind of like watch like when it comes out. We'll watch the episode. We'll talk about the episode. We'll watch other people's analysis of their episodes
Together.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
I'm always appreciative of something. Like I think for me, I value being able to give commentary on stuff maybe that you experience together. I think is valuable, and I think that that's kind of like a thing I do enjoy us doing. So not particularly a memory, but just kind of a practice.
Yeah. No, I love that. Well, thank you. You gave me 2. So you
Yeah.
gave me that really special date that you guys had yesterday. And then also just like, something that feels like a ritual that you guys have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine, I think for me, I also don't have a particular memory. Man, I think like maybe it's recency bias with like the date from yesterday, but I really enjoy when we kind of just have like an impromptu day where like we kind of just do things one after the other, and like we're in total agreement of like,
Yeah.
Is that what happened yesterday?
Yeah,
That's basically what happened. Because I think we wanted to just
go on a picnic.
go on a picnic, but it was raining. It rained that morning.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, I'm not trying to get my pants wet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
that's fair.
I think we were going somewhere originally.
I don't remember.
I just remember.
But either way, it sounds like you went into it without very many
No.
things on the
Yeah.
itinerary, but like you ended up having this like
Crazy.
picture perfect date.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that was a lot of it was spontaneous then.
Yeah.
And that's what do you guys do that often?
I think so, actually. A lot of our
Yeah.
SF days are kind of just unplanned.
Sometimes we will have a plan and then we don't follow
we
through,
don't do it,
and
yeah,
then we just
sometimes
end up doing something else.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So
But-
what, you guys are just like driving, be like, hey, should we do this? Or
We're just walking.
Well, we're just walking.
Oh,
So
walking.
yeah.
well, actually, yeah, because
I
driving
never-
in SF is a nightmare.
I will do anything I can to avoid driving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair. So you're in the right place then.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
Wait, so how do you get around? Ubers?
public transportation.
Mm-hmm.
Like the metro and
So we'll do Muni.
Muni, sorry.
We'll do,
Gosh. Obviously, I'm not.
I mean, when she's in town, we do Muni a lot. If we need to get to somewhere urgently, we do use Waymo. Not.
You've used Waymo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How is it?
It's good. It's
Okay.
good. It's cheaper than an Uber.
Really?
It is. I say this all the time. Like, unfortunately, the Waymo is like, even here in San Francisco, it's way more cheaper than if I were to take like an Uber or Lyft to work for like a 15-minute ride, or like even from work to the ferry building for a 4-minute ride, it's like $16. But I mean, obviously that kind of accounts for like, the
labor,
driver.
yeah.
Yeah, which is like, it makes sense. It's fine. I'm okay with tipping, especially if it's like a service provided to me.
Yeah.
But like, I think about it sometimes, like it being like $10 for a 10-minute ride in San Francisco with Waymo.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We try to use the public transportation as much as we can.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
way
yeah.
more. Yeah.
Which is why it might be. I think it's probably a good reason why a lot of the stuff we do is unprompted, is because like our mode of transportation. So like sometimes like what's in
Right.
front of us dictates like sometimes we'll have this plan. It's like I don't want to walk all the way to that bus stop and wait for 13 minutes. Let's just do this instead.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Sometimes that's just how it goes. When I'm with other people, I feel like I'm very. Whatever's like the path of least resistance.
Very
Yeah,
go with
yeah.
the flow.
Like,
Yeah.
whatever makes everyone happy, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll be very vocal. I'll be like, okay, I don't want to do this. It's like,
I love that.
was like, I
You don't
don't-
have to. Yeah. You can
Yeah.
actually you can actually voice what you want,
Oh yeah.
which is nice.
Mhm.
Are you guys usually on the same page with that? It's like, oh, I also don't want to walk.
Yeah. Most of the time.
Yeah.
What does that look?
Well, sometimes I feel like I'll say it, and then she's like, let's do it.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
good then. Like if you
sometimes I don't have anything in mind,
Yeah.
and obviously, like he's had more time to explore his area more than I have, and I just trust it. If like it's something that he wants to do too, I'm happy to join. If there's something I want to do, I'll say it. Like
Yeah.
it's happened before. Like if there's something you want to do, but like I want to do something more,
Mhm.
let's do that.
Oh, well, thank you guys so much for sharing.
Yeah.
Just to close things out, is there anything that you guys are looking forward to that's coming up anytime soon?
I feel like there's always something to look
There's
forward
always
to. That's the thing. Like we'll think about like, oh, like we'll have something next weekend, or maybe like a few weekends from now. Like we have our Google calendars shared with each other.
I love that. Love that. This is becoming a recurring thing I'm noticing, is that it's just easier.
Yeah.
To coordinate with, especially with just friends. Like
Yeah.
everyone's busy.
Yeah.
Everyone is so busy.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Not in the near future, but we've talked about it often. Like, we talked about like wanting to do trips more,
Uh-huh.
like going to travel. For our anniversary, we went to Carmel.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that was fun because it was just kind of an us thing.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes when we're traveling, it'll be with other people.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't really done anything just us,
Mhm.
like to go out somewhere away from the area.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my goals. Is I think especially like to see parts of the seeing the parts that New York,
Mhm.
like just places that like people have been to that I have not.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
East, like I haven't been to the East Coast,
Mhm.
and I know Chelsea's family is like on the East
Toronto.
Coast.
Yeah, we've talked about it. I proposed Toronto
Mhm.
because I want to visit family there as well.
You're not Canadian, are you?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, I was like, were you born there?
No, well, my dad, he lived a lot of his life in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
So
okay, cool.
his side of the family, they're in the Philippines, but also in Toronto.
Cool.
And I've been there once, but I do want to visit there again, especially during the summer, because
Yeah.
I've heard it's really nice in the summer.
I heard it's like only nice in the summer, and then it's just like cold for
I
the
know
rest
the
of the
one
year.
time I was there, it was a snowstorm. Like it was horrible.
Oh God.
But you know, it's something that I do want to go back to and you know, see family again, and I'd love for him to go as well, and you know, meet my other part of my family. So yeah.
Cool. Well, you have to post photos. I know you guys are both kind of not on Instagram right now, but
No, yeah, totally.
but I'd love to hear about them.
Yeah, I think me and Chelsea are the same way on Instagram. We're on Instagram, but we're not on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's a lot to be on Instagram right now.
Yeah.
So, but I'd love to hear about the trips that you guys are planning on going to and then go on in the future. But I am so happy and grateful that you guys were on the podcast.
Thanks for putting it on.
Episode 5.
Oh yeah,
Episode 5.
number.
Yeah. Yeah.
First podcast ever.
It's been so nice, honestly,
No,
hearing
thanks
about your guys' story. And yeah, just thank you so much.
Thank you for
being here.
inviting.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we love being here. It's so much fun.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm glad it was enjoyable for you guys. Because I feel like when I ask people to be on the podcast, people get nervous about it because it's like,
we were
it's
nervous.
a podcast. For sure. But it got easier, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It got easier.
Oh, yeah.
It actually got easy the second we like entered the door. I forgot. I'm like, oh wait, this is
Yeah, you guys we're actually doing something. We're not just sitting and hanging out. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and follow me on Ordinary Love Podcast. And if you or anybody else that you know would love to be on the podcast as well, please reach out. I'm always looking for new couples to interview. But yeah, thank you so much and see you next time.
Thank you.